What are we doing right now?
Class! That's what we're doing right now.
What are we talking? No, but I need to know what we're gonna do. What are we talking about?
Why don't you tell Jake what we're talking about on Show and Tell? First is this.
A big old clown face.
Horror Nights 25 at Universal Orlando.
I was assuming it was going to be a movie about a big old clown face.
Yeah, wait. Are you talking about a movie today or no?
Hell nah.
When are we talking about that movie that you saw?
Next week.
Okay.
Saw a movie? Saw a
I
film?
did, and I'll tell you later.
Tell me now.
And,
I won't.
So if
It's not.
I'm catching up, but I believe Michael and I are talking about SOMA.
Yeah.
I went to you
It's
to,
a video
say
game.
what it was,
It's
too.
a scary horror video game that you're going to see a lot of YouTubers play and get scared about. But instead of
Okay.
us doing that, we're going to offer a critical analysis. Yay!
Yeah.
I want to hear. I feel like more people are going to give a shit about SOMA, so I kind of want to hear about SOMA first. This is a little bit
All right. So,
bit less.
Mike's better at this.
Now,
for
can I just
this
say,
type
I
of
didn't
game.
play this, but
You watch a little?
No, I haven't seen anything, but I didn't play it, but I wanted to because Amnesia's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
You scared the shit out of me one time by banging on my window while I was playing it, you fuck.
Oh, that was
Remember
the greatest
that?
day of my life.
Years ago? Yeah, that was scary as hell. But I love, you know me, I love this kind of shit, so live up to the hype, or like... Or
well, hold on, let me just go really
preface?
fast.
Okay.
Amnesia was made by
revolution.
Frictional Games, and they made, they're a group of like a couple of dudes making a game like this, which is like unprecedented. That's like a big honking deal, right? Like 5 dudes making this kind of game.
Yeah, that's a very
Big deal.
small
Because
team.
there's usually a woman involved, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually
exactly.
there's a big pair of tits distracting the guys.
Well, it's every 5th guy.
yeah, from getting the
And I got a pair
work
less.
done for the dudes, the big strong men.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been a long time. I would say since Amnesia, we've seen horror games kind of adapt to be a little bit like Amnesia. We've seen a lot of games where it's like run from the thing and hide from the thing.
Well, that's Fantastic
And-
Four.
Yeah.
Any villain in a Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. See, it's clobbering.
It's like run from the thing!
A lot of game studios just tried to do the whole because Amnesia was naturally picked up by people on YouTube and like that gained traction that way. Then for
Yeah.
a while, people were making games trying to attract that.
Like, it's just like Amnesia.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Yeah.
YouTube playable stuff,
But
yeah.
Frictional Games
Frictional
did
or
not,
fictional?
Frictional.
Okay.
They did not work on the sequel to Amnesia. That wasn't them.
Machine for
The
Pigs.
pigs.
A Machine for Pigs.
you like it?
Yeah.
I didn't even play it. It was like an expansion.
It was cool. There were pigs. There were pig lords in it.
Oh, that's good.
I don't remember
Like
the
Angry
game
Birds.
that much.
Yeah, just
But
like
so,
Angry Birds.
I mean, since Amnesia, they've pretty much been working on this more or less.
Yeah, so I mean, they teased us a long time ago that this was going to be like the new game on their PS4 system, and
They teased us with the...
that
old teaser.
Really cool viral marketing.
Probably better than the game is, though, right?
Well, no, it's because it's the whole. Well, I'm going to get into it right
Okay.
now. The whole point of the game is that not only is it a horror game, it's like a psychological kind
Thriller?
of
In your
it's a-
brain jacking.
It's a psychological experience. It questions you what you think consciousness
Love
is.
that. Okay, cool.
Because, like, remember in the teaser, it's like they're talking to a robot who thinks it's a person, and that's pretty much what the game is about. And
trying to figure that shit out.
I really like that they got to that twist right off
Very
the bat.
quickly, yeah. You're
I
like,
was
oh.
really afraid that was going to be like, haha, the twist is you're a robot.
Yeah.
No, but you get to that in the beginning, and then the whole game is like you're really starting to
There's
understand
more to figure out.
what's
yeah.
the difference is like if you copy yourself, like, you know, what's the difference?
Are you
like what's the
you,
difference between
or is
you?
it a new you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so while you're getting the shit squeezed out of you by fear, yeah, you're also thinking, and you're not
Thinking like Lincoln.
thinking
And that's
like
magical.
Lincoln. You're not, and it's
That is
magical.
truly
It's been a
magical.
long time since we had a horror game like this. Where here's a perfect example where a lot of people disagree with me. I said that Dead Space is not a horror game; it's an intense action game. This is basically the horror version of like Dead
It's
Space.
so Dead Space. Yeah, you're right.
It's the horror version of Dead Space. It's like
Dead
Alien
Space with Bioshock.
and Alien Isolation.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like if Alien Isolation didn't suck. I said that in a tweet.
Right.
Also, if Alien Isolation didn't focus on... I don't know, like, I feel like it's less gameplay intensive. Like there's not as much to like video game here.
Yeah.
And
in
I like
Alien
that,
Isolation, there were like those fucking puzzles with like the
No, I like that this is like you get to stop and smell the roses a little bit, you know.
And also, I like in this game. I mean, if maybe I'm stupid, but there's like nowhere to hide.
Oh,
there's nowhere
to hide. The only thing to do is like kind of just like cower in a corner and hope the thing doesn't see you.
Right, were you like screaming in that little clip that you sent?
Yeah,
us? Were
it
you
was like, oh! Because it's like, you know, you could be running from a thing and hit a dead end, and then you're like, well,
and then you're fucked.
I like a game that gives me like a scenario that I never thought would find scary, and it's scary. Like there are sequences in the game where you get in a diver suit and you just trudge along the bottom of a pitch black ocean floor.
I thought
I thought that was really. Most of the time, there's not too much going on. It's just like a long, quiet. thoughtful walk.
Is there music?
But there's little ambient things. Every once in a while, there will be a spook. But
there's really nothing scary underwater.
No, but I was still like, oh, this is fucking.
I thought one of the scariest things though, when they're getting into the whole consciousness thing, and like you find like this computer chip, and
no
it's
spoilers?
like no spoilers,
okay.
But you find this computer chip, and we're like, all right, this is a computer chip filled with like people in it.
Yeah.
Like just stored in here.
Oh,
like
okay,
and it's like we need to like not copies, scans.
Oh.
And it's like we need to figure out like the code to something. So it's like you put the computer chip into a TV and you see like a guy like get up out of a chair. He's like, "Oh, well, the scan is done. Well, where am I?" Like he thinks he just got scanned.
Oh, I see.
Amazing.
Okay.
But he's on the computer chip. And then it's like you have to delete the computer chip, or you choose to not to. It's
crazy.
There's
a lot of stuff like
things.
it's like there's a lot of like fuck over people and stuff. Like there's people like you'll come across people like a couple of people that were like still living and alive, and they were just the machines were kind of like organically like taking over parts of the place, and there were machines like growing basically, and there were like machines that were like were forcing people to stay alive, like because programming is just like dead. Or not dead.
Well,
they
said in the beginning of the game was that like after like they didn't say anything about this in the advertising, but like apparently there's nothing left on the planet.
Yeah.
People in the sea lab are the only people left.
Yeah, because shit happens on the surface.
Yeah, and they're like, the only way we're gonna save humanity is scan our consciousness completely, put it in a spaceship, and shoot it into space.
That's about right.
And then a lot of people were like, okay, so I have a perfect copy of myself living in a virtual world. What do I do?
Yeah.
So then everybody like killed themselves, but then they became like monsters and stuff.
I actually don't want to spoil the very beginning because it's not spoilery, but like that was a nice surprise because I didn't expect that at all.
No, the very beginning was interesting.
I didn't expect the game to start out like this. Cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Interesting.
It's a cool game.
So good. What about comparison to? I don't know if you guys said Amnesia compared to Amnesia.
It's like
very different.
It's very different, but it's like very you can tell it's by the creator of Amnesia. It's very
so it sounds like the tone is different more than anything.
Yeah,
and
more sciencey.
Playing for me, Amnesia was a bit too much. Like it was because it was scary. But it also required you to do a lot of video gaming.
It's very dense.
And I was like,
there was a lot of puzzles. There was a lot of like
in
fine.
Amnesia. Yeah.
So you're doing all this puzzle shit while also being scared and like hiding from things. And I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah, Soma.
I cannot do this.
Soma is very much just get to the other side of the room without dying.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
and it's enjoyable. It's a great.
I want to play
it. It's like I think it's not a full price game. It's a.
It was when you're a PlayStation
$30?
Plus member, you get it for $25.
Yeah, I think it retails for $29.99. So
without PlayStation Plus, you can buy it for $60 a year. But with PlayStation Plus, you get online PlayStation 2 free games a year.
Gotcha. And you get some
discounts.
Sorry,
discounts.
So
Soma is
definitely a $30 horror game.
Yeah,
it's the best one.
Soma is not just your standard spooky. Ooh, I'm getting the spooks kind of horror game. Makes you think about stuff.
I like that.
About your life and about
robots' psychologicalness.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what didn't?
And we haven't beat it yet.
No.
That's right.
But I
feel like you get the gist.
So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I don't see any signs of me saying, "Oh no."
Yeah, and it's like touching on a lot of things that like I want to like. It's cool.
It's cool to think about. Like when I'm not playing it, I think about it. I'm like, that's pretty fucked
robots,
up about that happened. Robots.
Well, like I was gonna say, you know what didn't make me think at all?
Yeah, what?
But we're still spooky, scary fun.
What?
Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh boy.
2015, 25.
Were you in a coma?
Yeah, it didn't make me think. I shut my head off.
Did you big boss?
So I just want to say, yeah, because I do this every year. I talk about Horror Nights, and I had a couple people asking me, and that's cool. So this is probably my second favorite year since the first year. That first year was really great when we first went.
Yes.
The next year was great too, but that first year was amazing.
It was.
You know what?
Even-
I live in Denmark.
That's
Tell
recording,
me what
right?
Halloween Horror Nights is.
Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah.
It takes over, well, if you're in Denmark,
I have
you might
no
not
idea
have
what
Halloween.
anything. Yeah, just
Okay,
I
but-
have no idea.
Wait a minute. What the fuck did you just say?
A lot,
Is this
well,
a theme park? What is this?
Does Denmark have, is Denmark big on Halloween?
Denmark doesn't have Halloween.
I don't know, most
If they
places
have,
don't do it
if
like
they have
America
Ant
does.
Boy, if they have fucking Ant Boy, they have
Most places don't do Halloween like America does. It's
What do you mean?
much
What do they do
more
on
of a-
Halloween?
Huh?
What are you doing on Halloween?
Mike.
No, I mean, like, they don't
Hey,
celebrate
Mike's
it.
so mad.
They don't
Oh,
celebrate
yeah,
it.
it's like it's a perfect holiday. You dress up like a goon and eat sweets.
Well,
Why
that's
would you
what-
not
and
want
that's-
that?
And when you're an adult, you dress up like a goon and get drunk.
And get fucked.
Get fucked up. So why isn't
I never
that,
do any of that.
Why isn't that a worldwide event?
Maybe it is, I don't know. As,
But
as far as
why?
I know, America does a big.
a worldwide event?
But listen, it's a Halloween thing that takes over Universal Studios in Hollywood and Orlando. Obviously,
okay.
Orlando's much bigger, so they got a lot more going on, and that's the one that we go to. If we're gonna go to Universal Studios, we go to the Florida one
Theme
more
park.
frequently.
Because
Yes.
they have the things to do it. Because
They've got
they're
it's
movie
literally a
studio.
movie studio
So-
making haunted houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So first things first, you got the scare zones. We had Scary Tales, Scream Punk, cool.
Scare zones are
Sorry,
places.
I'm laughing at the word scare.
Scare zones
Good.
are just parts of the park you walk around and
Yeah,
people
it's
in
just
costumes come up
outside,
to you and go,
and you
"Ooh,
walk through
Are
it."
you scared?
Correct. It's not a house.
Oh, okay. It's not like an actual thing. It's
Right.
just more of the.
If I
A
did
to B.
cocaine, that would be
It would-
the best job in the planet.
Oh, to be in there.
To
doing
be
that?
a scare zoner.
Well, I'll tell you which
where
one
you
you
just
want to
walk
walk
around
into.
Work an 8-hour shift, just
Go,
fucking
go. Whoa.
So we had Scary Tales, Scream Punk was aight. Evil's Roots was
Aight.
aight. Then we had
Was Evil's Roots trees? Evil trees?
yeah, actually,
What kind of
I
people
actually
came
don't
that
fully
year?
remember that one. Evil fairies and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that was in my favorite section. That's in my favorite section of the park for Horror Nights, where
Oh,
all the
okay,
pumpkins
cool.
are. You know.
Yeah, no,
Then we
I
have
have no
we had Psycho Scarapy Unleashed was pretty cool because it's from the old Psycho Scarapy is an old thing. Shady Brook Asylum.
Wait, what is that word? Psycho what?
Psycho Scarapy. I'm sorry,
Scarapy?
you didn't flinch at Scary Tales.
It's a
Scream
joke.
No,
Punk.
not at all.
Scream Punk.
It's a twist on words.
Scary Tales.
Is Scream Punk where it's like you wear a whole bunch of like...
There was literally a Tin Man,
clocks.
like yeah,
Well,
yeah, he had a
it's-
lot of clocks.
He had a clocks on.
Yeah.
Like what makes it spooky?
Because he screamed at me.
Scream
Oh.
punk sounds like a more accurate way to describe what we used to call emo music.
Basically,
Scream punk.
yeah,
sounds-
Scream Punk.
Like I don't picture when I hear scream punk.
Horror.
It's probably more intended to be like a guy
It was
with
kinda- it was
a
cute.
guy with a top hat, but instead of pipes coming out of it, it's ghosts.
yeah,
I
exactly.
do want to say, I want to see an artist's rendition for your Pretty Much It watchers. There's an artist
Mine?
out there. For you Pretty Much It watchers, I want to see your artist rendition of what you think a ghost punk robot looks like.
I want to see that too.
I want to see it.
Somebody will do it. Greg?
Let me derail this entire thing and ask you a question.
Okay.
Did they have any spook lords there?
It's not too much of a derail.
What does that mean?
There's these things now.
It's actually a pretty substantial question.
Yeah.
I call these things spook lords, and I've been seeing them a lot. They're basically wacky wavy, inflatable arm tube mans, but the head is a
Dress up
pumpkin,
in
and they got a cool top hat. And they're
We
like,
saw that when
"Wah!"
Death was the...
Yeah, so I call those.
Yeah, they kind of had stuff like that. Well, actually, funny you say
I
that
call those spook lords.
because we also had Icons HHN, which is because it was the 25th year, 25th anniversary.
HHN.
All the
Standing for-
characters.
Yeah, it was Jack. Well, Jack was the main guy of the whole thing this time.
Fun
Jack
fact.
is like the big villain
fact.
that brought
Jack the
back.
Clown.
Sorry, hey, I just fucked your finger.
Fun fact, in one of the commercials for Halloween Horror Nights, possibly to this day, the main guy in those commercials was the main character in my student film.
Oh, very nice. Claim to fame.
Yes,
Uh,
he held a flashlight as a security guard and
Oh, I remember that.
and screamed.
Yep, I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
Good work.
The caretaker, the storyteller, the director, the usher, everybody's back. It was really cool. But I think my favorite one was probably All Night Die-In, you know, where they have Mel's Drive-In. They change it to the Die-In. They get rid of a couple letters
Yeah,
in
and
the
all
name.
the food is rotten,
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, but you still have to pay full price for it.
Wait, what?
No, that's
okay.
not true. They had all a lot of classic characters, which was really cool. Like they had like Frankenstein's monster, the Wolf Boy was probably in there, Wolfman, Dracula
Wolf Boy
Man,
Man.
Spooked
Dracula Man,
Man,
flying around.
the man,
Was there a spook
the,
lord?
the Mummy Man. Yeah.
Wait,
Spook Lord, yeah.
did you get to this yet?
No, I'm getting to that now. I'm just been on scare zones. You guys have a lot of questions.
Wait,
All
so
right.
what is this? This one looks like.
I've got a lot of questions.
Wait!
I got a lot of
I'm
questions.
gonna go
We'll get
through
to
them.
them.
I'm
This
gonna
one
go
looks
through
like Fast and the Furious.
Stop it! You'll see.
From
You'll
the
see.
font.
So Started off with, so as far as the houses go, I started off with, the scare zones were all cool, way better than the last couple of years, I thought. Also, Jack's show, Carnage Returns, was really cool. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was really cool. I had to get to the houses, you see. AMC, The Walking Dead. I started there because I don't give a flying fuck about The Walking Dead. This is the 4th year in a row, and it's getting boring as shit.
Wow,
I know that everybody loves that shit, but goddamn, I hate it. I'm so
Let
sick
me
of
guess what that house had in it.
Herschel.
Zombies. But that's the thing, I don't watch the show, so I don't appreciate any of the scenes. I don't give a shit.
What fucking scenes did you see? A zombie? What was in there specifically? What did you see?
I recognized more things in the first 2 years. Like it said, don't open dead inside and shit like that. And I recognized.
So what was there this year?
I couldn't even tell you. I already forgot because I didn't like it.
The show itself is at a point where they're like
At
zombies.
least last year they had that thing where they got trapped.
Yeah.
What was it called? Terminus. At least they had that.
Uh-huh.
They don't. I don't know anything anymore. So I hope this is almost done.
If they based it on a comic book, you would have walked out of it like horribly and insanely.
Do you watch
depressed.
the show still? From the burnt ashes of Terminus to the flooded community food bank basement into the darkened church. There you go.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
It was so. I thought it was boring. But then I actually skipped this one and went back to it. I skipped 2 of them, but I'm going to give you them now. The Purge.
All right, so is The Purge just about being murdered?
Well, they had a scare zone for The Purge, I think, last year or the year before. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's not scary to me. It's just like people.
What? Murder is scary.
But I mean, it's not spooky. It's not ghosts and goblins. Murder is the
underline to everything. You're
scared. It's not ghosts and goblins.
Well, you're scared of a ghost because you're afraid of being killed by the ghost.
Yeah, there's nothing like
no.
The Purge is scary if it was real
It's
life.
My grandfather.
If you were really in the Purge, you'd be scared. But if you're
it's not monsters and ghosts and stuff. I just was kind of like, it's just people. I don't care. There's a bunch of hood rats, like burning down a nice people house. Anyway, that's all. Actually, that's what it was. I was like glad my dad didn't know what it was. My dad would have been very upset.
He would have been like, "This is just like the fucking riots."
He would have been like, "What is this? All this bullshit, Occupy bullshit."
This is the blacks. This is exactly a metaphor for the blacks.
Then I also skipped this one and went back to it because it sounded like horse shit. Run! Blood, sweat, and tears. I know Run is an old thing, but listen, you've just been selected as a contestant on Run, a brutal TV show where every day people are stalked by skilled assassins.
Oh fuck.
I would watch that every day.
That's like
yeah, but you'd watch it every day. But it was really, I thought it was kind of lame as it was the lamest. Probably that like and Walking Dead were damn lame.
Wait, do you actually run in that?
No, didn't run at one point. Then we get to the damn good ones. How about that? Body Collector. Oh, how about this name? You remember? Body Collector's Recollections.
What, did you forget where you put the bodies?
This was okay. So no, Body Collectors go. This actually happens. It's kind of interesting. They have these guys descend upon houses in Horror Nights that like you recognize, but they're like spooky vampire guys. So you see like a recognizable thing, and then they're just in it. So imagine if they did it with like The Walking Dead. It would be like the zombies would be getting eaten by these spooky guys. That's kind of cool.
Oh, so it's
they did this with Shady Brook Asylum, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It's like boss mode.
Sure.
Yeah, I get it.
What's this guy talking about?
No, it's relatable.
Okay, then we had, and I have to say it was interesting, that we had an American Werewolf in London, which they did 2 years ago, but they brought it back because it's the 25th anniversary. Like, let's do one we've done before.
Why would they call it that? Why didn't they just call it The Werewolf?
Because it was specifically American Werewolf in London. It was like the scene where he's transforming and everything.
Yeah, American Werewolf.
It was flat out American Werewolf in London.
Oh, okay.
It was the subway, it was the metro, everything. It wasn't just a werewolf.
Really?
Oh, it is.
Oh,
but the first time I thought it was good, but I was actually disappointed by the werewolves because I thought they looked too fake. Guess what they did for this one?
They got a real wolf.
Oh, yeah, no, they amped it up so hard. I went to this with my father, my dad.
He didn't survive.
No, he didn't. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say dad. I want to say father to respect his last wishes. But no, but I told him going in. I was like, this one was really good. It's just I was kind of disappointed by the werewolves. We'll see. And then as soon as we got in there and I saw a werewolf, I was like, holy shit, they amped it up, Pop. And it was way better. It was really good.
Did they have his like fucked up friend with the face walking around just talking to you?
Oh god, I don't remember. I actually don't remember.
Hey guys, what's up?
I actually don't remember. I think they did. I think they must have. They must have. Then we have it's so hard to say. I'm gonna go with Insidious. Because I love Insidious.
So I guess Insidious.
I'm not doing this in the exact right order.
Insidious starts with you in a bed. And
no.
They put the catheter in.
Yeah. No, actually, it started with going into the house. It was a beautiful facade of the house. It was so cool. But the whole thing was all 3 movies. And I was giddy as a schoolgirl.
Wait, they've had Insidious movies?
Yeah, and they're all good. He actually liked the second one better than the first one. And the third one's pretty good, too.
I only saw 1 and 2.
Well, the third one's really good. Lee Winnell directed it, and it has the scariest goblin of all.
I forgot that happened. Oh
but unfortunately, focused a little too much on people that I didn't care about, like the younger people. But anyway, but Insidious, I mean, you can imagine, it makes for the perfect haunted house, right? It's so
They
obvious.
go to spook.
Yeah, they go to Spookville.
Yeah, because the movie is like a horror.
But they also have the scenes from the movies, which was really cool. Like, they've got the guy walking around outside, and then he's inside. It's perfect.
Wait, did they have Bagul? Not Bagul.
No.
Bagul. Darth Maul? Or
Yeah, he's in there, and he's scary as shit, and he looks like he's naked because he goes so quick. Then we had Freddy vs. Jason, which was fucking awesome. And the only reason it wasn't my favorite is because the next one was my favorite, and I'll explain why.
Wait, so Freddy vs. Jason can only have 2 things in it, right?
Well, it's the thing is, it starts with Camp Crystal Lake, and like you go in there, and it looks like you're at Camp Crystal Lake, and you hear
No.
Oh, man, so cool. So cool. Then, actually, halfway through, you go to the Nightmare on Elm Street house, and the little girls scared the shit out of me. They're like, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And so you see them,
really cool.
you see them individually, and then they're battling. And no joke, when I say they're battling,
I thought you said the little girl.
yeah, no. You walk into a room, and Freddy leaps back into the room, and he goes, "Is that all you got?" And Jason comes in to like stab him, and Freddy just goes, "Hi-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya." But like it's actors right in front of you doing it, and it was so fucking cool.
All right, that would definitely be my favorite.
It would have been my favorite if not
this.
for. You should come next year.
Holy
if
shit.
not for because it was the 25th anniversary, 25 years of Monsters and Mayhem. It was a mashup of the last 25 years, including a lot of stuff that we saw when we were there.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah, and so it was absolutely awesome. And so just because I thought it was really cool, and I was happy that my dad was there and got to see like a mashup of the last 25 years because he was just getting into it for the first time. He also totally said, if you want to know what he thought, having gone for the first time and being my dad, he was like, I totally understand why you come to this every year, and you come for a night and you just fly down and then sleep in the airport and then go home. He's like, this is worth a night in Florida. It's
Now,
so
let me
cool.
ask you a question.
Did you?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot about one more. No, I didn't. Because I don't really care about Bill and Ted. But I totally forgot about Asylum in Wonderland 3D. Not their best 3D house, but still really cool. And I really love the last room with Alice saying, what the fuck, in a hospital room.
One last question. Experience-wise, what is this like? Are you just in a line shuffling through a cool scene?
Thank you so much for saying that. You can't go to this thing without an express pass.
Yeah,
it is literally
if you don't buy an
waste.
express pass,
You're
is
fucked.
a waste of
You're
money.
gonna get. First of all, I just don't want to wait in line. My
Even
big
with
thing is
an express pass, it's a wait.
No, I'm not
we
talking
wait
about...
like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not
We
bad.
waited a long time ago.
Not anymore. It wasn't bad.
I'm talking about when you get in the thing,
Maybe 30 minutes
and you're
from now.
walking through, and you see Freddy vs. Jason. Are you just in a line of people? Like,
Yes,
oh,
they are.
cool.
So that's the downside is they are conga lining people through. You have to imagine they would. It's a huge event. I get that, it's not my sort of thing, but it doesn't really ruin it because it's one of those things where they know that they're doing that. They design it for that, and it repeats over and over. As I was leaving the room where they did that, I saw Freddy jump out again and say, "Is that the best you got?" And it's a recording, obviously, so it's not some actor saying that. So, they do it over and over. The only other downside is because people probably stop and go slow, but they can't have that because it takes long enough as it is.
Yeah.
This thing is all about pumping people through. I understand that. In every other room, there's a fucking person going like this. Like a security guard just going like, keep going. And I'm like, all right, I try not to focus on them. You can ignore them.
Yeah,
but it's still a little annoying. Oh, I'm sure. I'm positive.
I don't remember.
Well, you wouldn't remember that. You'd remember the good stuff. They're not that bad, but they're just... If you keep
remember
walking,
going
they
through
won't
the
bother
clown
you.
one where it was like super fucked up?
Kinda.
It was like
Was
the
it 3D?
craziest one. No, but it was like super crazy, strobe everywhere.
I mean, I've gone
people.
every year except for last year for the past 5 or 6 years, so it's hard to remember all.
I can imagine that they would add that because people can't behave themselves
and probably can't find their way half the time just walking into the scare actors' places. But there's my review of Horror Nights 25.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Really glad my dad got to go. Wish you guys could go. You should come next year.
I haven't been there since I turned 21, so it's
Lord
it's
help
time.
us. What did he just say? People
You're gonna
can't
be,
behave
you're gonna,
themselves.
Yeah, you're gonna be the one. The security
You're gonna be
guard's
the one that
like,
they
"Get the
need
fuck
to
out
tell
of
to
here."
keep moving.
Yeah.
I can behave myself in a haunted house.
That's the only. Imagine he's
Imagine
completely.
He's totally drunk. He's more scared. He's just like.
No. Imagine it's like the only place you could have like
out of all the
a
places,
real conversation with him because he all of a sudden he goes in and he's just like
snaps out of it.
Yeah.
the reality kind of syncs with my own. It all looks
your
normal.
turf. It's your turf.
It looks normal to me.
It's like the endorphins, the fear level, everything just balances out. You're good.
I'm like, hello everybody.
Yeah, you're completely prim and proper. Yeah.
6 times 4 is 24.
But hey, if Terrence Howard gets his way, am I right? Wait, 6 times 4 is 24.
Yeah.
No, 1 times 1.
Wait, I know. I just did the math and I was like, wait, that's correct.
1 times 1 is 2.
1 plus 2 is 3.
No, 1 times 1 is 2.
3 times
Howard.
3 times 6 is crystal.
Soma, cool. Play it. Spooktember is ending. Spooktober's about to
the real
begin.
spooks.
Horror Nights 25, it's the very beginning
2
of it. You still
months
have a
of
chance to
full
go,
spooks.
especially if you live near enough to go. I highly recommend it. Great year, 25th anniversary. I got my mug. I loved it. Yeah. Oh, we're in a Spooktember shirt.
SOMA's $30. It's a good horror game.
Yeah.
If you're a PC, PS4, definitely check it out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great Spooktember, Spooktober, and that's pretty much it.